I
So
bet
let's
you will.
start it off with San Antonio Spurs and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder protected their house on Wednesday and came back and got that victory 122-113. No, they had a decent lead throughout the whole time. Spurs came back, and then they spread out again. You predicted this and I predicted this. We predicted first Spurs would win the first game. Oklahoma City would come back and win game two. Why do you think that they came back and won game two?
I would say there was a few things that I feel like OKC did differently to set themselves up for the dub. So, I think they figured out in game two really how to push the pace more before Wemby gets set up underneath, on the defensive end, where he can just stand there and just swat things like flies every 2 seconds. Game one, they were shooting a lot of outside jump shots. They get to the paint. He's standing there waiting for him. They're trying to shoot up over him. It was return to sender nonstop. I think they did a better job of just pushing the pace so Wemby wasn't just stagnant under the basket the entire time, and they were attacking, I think earlier in the shot clock, which is, ball movement, getting open looks, and they were knocking them down. I think Chet Holmgren played a lot better. He helped with some spacing and forcing San Antonio to be in some uncomfortable rotations throughout the game. He can definitely stretch the floor a lot more. And I think also Hardenstein played a lot better on defensively against Wemby, much more physical, much more, I'd say, less intimidated about Wemby's presence in game two. And so I thought he gave them some really quality minutes, even some scoring a bit. And ultimately, who OKC is around the depth of their team, I thought Williams showed up better. Dort actually became relevant this game. Wallace played better. The bench shooting, with McCain and whatnot. And so they're going to need, I think, games like this to really put themselves in a position where they've got a chance to beat the Spurs. I mean, Dylan Harper's injury didn't help San Antonio because he was actually playing well. I think he had 12 points before he went out with his injury and didn't come back. But I think OKC is they showed who they are and why they are, I think, the team to beat going into the playoffs. And, again, we predicted this 1-1. So here we are.